In the brand new Grow Garden update, they introduced a new NPC. This guy over here, the Garden ASCENSION, or Sin the Coin Keeper, and he basically allows you to rebirth. If you actually haven't talked to him and say, I want to ascend, he will basically present you with this, an ascension requirement, as well as a thing that you need to get. So a different type of fruit with certain types of mutations. On top of that, he says you will get 10 garden coins, but you will lose all of your shekels. In this video, I'm going to show you a way that you can minimize to the best of your abilities how much shekels you actually lose, basically meaning you get to keep a lot, at the same time as being able to get as many garden coins as possible. The single most important thing I need to warn you guys about, though, is that you can only do this once every 24 hours. You can't actually ask him. There's no way to actually know until you do it. But basically, he'll give you 10 garden coins each time you do it. It's every 24 hours, so you have to do it multiple times in order to buy some of the stuff. But the first and literally the most important step is actually getting the shekels that you need. I already actually have way above the amount. This is going to be my first rebirth that I have done because I decided to save this video so that way I can show you guys how you can make efficient use of this. But the only way I actually right now recommend you guys get your shekels is literally work to the bare minimum that you need. The way I think the system is set right now is that you need 10 trillion for every single rebirth no matter what. So whatever you pay today is going to be the same exact amount as tomorrow. And if I say I want to ascend, I believe that's 10 trillion. Actually, no, I was wrong. This is only 1 trillion. So a lot easier than what you would actually think. I believe it is 1 trillion. I counted it right, I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of fruits in the game currently that are going to get you to 1 trillion very quickly. I'm going to show you those later on in the video in case you need a method in order to get that. But after you have gotten your fruit, you want to go ahead and sell that one because that is what's going to be worth your shekels. And make sure you're not actually selling what the requirement is. For me, I need to get I believe it said a wet chalk beanstalk. Now, there is a certain algorithm that the game has of what it can require you to get. Shout out to Caesar Salad again, but as you can see, yes, rebirths cost 1 trillion, and on top of that, it actually requires you up to 1 or a max of 3 of these fruits. So it can be an elder strawberry, a romanesco, a giant pine cone, sugar apple, literally every single prismatic inside the game, excluding the tier 2 one. But on top of that, it can require any possible mutations such as wet, shocked, windstruck, twisted, aurora, which is pretty difficult to get, drenched, chilled, frozen, moonlit, and sun-dried, as well as chalk and cloud touched. The rebirths are not going to get more expensive. The only thing that's going to make them a little bit harder to get is the requirements that you have based off of your luck, probably. However, there is a way to do a lot of these mutations that are required. You could sit in the game and wait forever for a chalk mutation. I'm pretty sure now that's an admin event, by the way. Or it just happens very, very late. Now, there is substitutes to it, because if you actually take out your wrench and go all the way over here to the crafting table, you will find out that there is a mutation spray to make stuff chalked. Because of this, it is literally become one of the easiest things, and you need a cacao as well as 200k shekels plus the cleaning spray, of course. I believe I have literally both of those because the cacao is pretty easy to get now, especially because you need it for the brand new fairy event. Where are my cacaos, bro? Look at my entire garden. It's all glimmering. Here's the cacao, max backpack space. Oh my god. Okay, I don't want to sell my inventory because if you guys take a look at the stuff I have right now, it is literally all stuff that has glimmering on it, and I need it for my quest. So let's go ahead and start offering this stuff. That way, you know, I can empty out my inventory and we get a bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead and choose the enchanted egg. Okay, we need a glimmering burning bud, bro. Are we serious? Which one has that? Okay, this is not a burning bud. This is literally the biggest bone blossom inside the game. But I do have burning buds inside my garden. I just never ended up collecting them. So here we go. Let's get that. And we only need 1. So that should be good enough. And then keep in mind, there is an event lantern. So I can just teleport to the middle like that. Boom. Offer plant. Just like so. We should have a sugar apple on us already. Actually, I think if I just hit offer all plans, that's going to make it a lot easier. But no, it doesn't work because I don't have an elder strawberry or a sugar apple on me. Bro, are we serious? Where is this sugar apple? I know I have a bunch in my garden. Yep, there is 2 of them. And then we need a ember lily too. There we go. And let's make sure we got our burning buds. There we go. We are done with that. I'll take a seed pack. And okay, it was at the end of the thing, so I'm not going to go ahead and do it again because I do want to hold on to my fairy points. But now I should be able to pick up a cacao from my garden since I actually have space in my inventory. There we go. That is 1 cacao. It literally doesn't matter what enchants or anything it has. We just needed 1. And if we go back over here, boom, submit it. And then I should have a cleaning spray. Of course, I have 400 of them. And let's just craft it. I could hypothetically wait 20 minutes, but y'all know I'm lazy and I don't want to waste your time either. So we're going to go ahead and just spend the 39 Robux to finish this. And then just like so, that is done. The only thing I want to do before I do my rebirth, I actually want to see how many other mutations I need with this. Because I know chalk was one. I believe it was wet as the other one. But I'm a little bit forgetful. And yes, wet and chalk. So here we go. Let's just find something that's wet. Hello, my fellow little beanstalks. Are any of y'all wet? I cannot have them. Okay, this one is wet right here. It has a bunch of mutations. We're just going to use it. Actually, as the slice mutation. I will say I don't recommend you actually take something that has a lot of mutations because there's a good chance you might need it for your next rebirth and then you won't have it. So I'm just going to take this one. This really doesn't have many mutations, but now it is wet and chalk. Like I said, I highly recommend that you only work to the bare minimum of holding on to 1 trillion shekels either in your inventory that you can sell. For example, at the moment I have these bone blossoms. These are my last few, so I have about probably like 20 more. They used to have so much effects, but these bone blossoms are worth trillions, way above the price that you need here. So hence why I'm keeping them instead of selling them now, so that way I can use it for my next rebirth. I don't really recommend you go above 1 trillion though. It's not the hardest goal to get, to be honest. But let's go ahead, do this garden ascension. I want to ascend, and now we have the wet chalk beanstalk. And let's click confirm. And as you can see, our entire shekels have been reset, and we got 10 of these gold metal coins. Actually, I believe it is just called garden coins for some reason. I call them gold metal coins. It looks cool. I would normally tell you guys to put your shekels on an alt, but if you didn't know, in the newest update, they removed shekel trading for the moment at least. And to be honest, as long as they have this ascension thing, I really don't think it's going to come back, sadly. And as you can see, now my timer for my next ascension has begun. So at the moment, I can go ahead and work on getting this Elder Strawberry Cloud Touch. It's actually a very simple task. I only have 1 fruit to do this with. And if you are wanting to get something like the extra save slot, which in my opinion, this is the absolute best thing you can get. Yeah, this is going to take you 5 days. However, if you are ready at the moment that you need to do it, it is going to save you many, many hours. And there is also a mutation spray for Cloud Touch. I actually kind of forgot how you get this one. But there is a merchant that comes off every so often selling you the mutation sprays. And I'm sure Cloud Touch is definitely in one of those mutation spray offers. But for Cloud Touch, I'm pretty sure it is the Sky Merchant. So when you see the Sky Merchant pop up, definitely go for it. Anything that is actually possibly required is either going to be a very simple task for you guys to do inside of the game, such as like AFKing and waiting for it to pop up, or it's going to be craftable, such as the one that I had to make, the chalk mutation spray. A very important mention though, that before you rebirth, if you have a lot of extra shekels, bro, make sure you have bought your cosmetic upgrades. These ones down here, it literally just cost shekels, and I have already maxed them out, so I can't show you how much they're worth, but it does go up to like a few billion or a lot of billions. And if you have way above that, I highly recommend you do finish it. Now what we can go ahead and do is grab one of these gigantic bone blossoms, which I gave most of these away in my Discord server, so I would have a lot more if I didn't give them all out. But I'm happy it went to you guys, and you guys have shown me amazing support, so thank you very much. But here we go. Let's sell it to Steven, and boom, I want to sell this just like that. we have made back our shekels. I mean, it's not the same amount, but my number was ridiculously high in the past. Now we have 250 trillion that we are happy with because we can use it for that shop at any time. And I think while you wait for those duration of the 24 hours, I highly recommend you're doing this fairy event because it is going to allow you to get so much shekels. The glimmering mutation by default increases your profits by 2x. So you can get it very, very easily as long as you actually finish out these upgrades, which I've been working on. It is pretty difficult to do, but hey, I am getting pretty close to completion. I think the one I want to finish next is going to be Glimmer Multiplier. So I'm going to be working on that. It is at 1.8, but the next one's 80,000. I did make a video on how you guys could easily complete this without even having to spend Robux. Now, I am going to spend Robux to reset this fairy quest because, well, we need stuff to pop up. And now we just need orange tulips. So I should have a bunch. And if not on me, I do have it in my garden. Where are my tulips, please? Oh, wait, I forgot the tulips are single harvest. So now I probably have like none. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's fine because I only need one for my quest, but I am going to plant down a bunch so that I have a lot for later on. There we go. It's always good to have that many, but that is another reason on why I got the glimmering mutation spray. There we go. Let's just make it glimmering, grab it, and then just go finish out the quest by getting an event lantern and heading over here. Boom. Offer plant, and that level is done just like that. I highly recommend you guys go for things such as like these fairy points, so that way, you know, you can finish it up faster. Now we need a pumpkin. Here is the pumpkin. I have no more pumpkins down either, so we have to plant these down just like so. But that is it. We are done with that quest too. Boom, take the pumpkin, and look at how fast we're just speedrunning this. And look, we're gonna go and pick the glimmering spray here because we used one earlier, and now we'll have another one for when we need it again. But for this one, we need bamboo and a coconut. Where are my coconuts at? Hello? All right, bro, do we seriously not have a coconut tree? Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that next quest. And something very important I have to very much mention is that if you actually participated in one of the developer admin abuse wars that we had like 2 weeks ago, the admin abuse war, they did give out this lion lemon or something. I believe lemon lion. I said it completely backwards. But this guy is actually super OP, especially if you're trying to get your quest done. What I highly recommend is that you utilize one of your save slots for your best fruit, and you literally just plant down this guy. Because if you don't know, if I click onto him, he actually every 5 minutes he basically roars and it applies the brain rot mutation to a random fruit, and that is every 5 minutes. If you don't understand how good the brain rot mutation is, let me just tell you, the mutation gives you 100 times multiplier. So if you have this guy down and like 1 or 2 bone blossom trees in a single garden just by itself, this guy's going to be using his ability consistently, especially if you have other stuff in your garden that, like, you know, speed up your other pets abilities. I mean, this guy himself does just that, but he gives XP instead of speeding up the time. If you use other pets that speed up his abilities, well, you can get that mutation very quickly. And then if you have like a dragonfly or something, bro, it just becomes so overpowered because you have a variant multiplier on top of the mutation of 100 times multiplier. Oh, and let's not forget about glimmering because there's the fairy event going on. So yes, this guy is insanely overpowered when it comes to getting shekels inside the game. But you get the point. I highly recommend you go ahead and make all the mutation sprays and hold on to your best fruits before you rebirth, because there is a chance that in the near future they're going to completely change this system because of how free it is at the moment. I'm actually going to walk back a little bit on what I said right there. It's not something free at all, in my opinion, to be honest. It is only really free if you have the resources needed, such as a lot of shekels and stuff in your garden to where you can go ahead and do this over and over again. If not, it is probably going to be a bit hard for you. So unless you have literally lots of shekels or lots of really good plants in your garden that you're willing to grow over and over again, I genuinely don't recommend you do this. At the moment, the rewards are not the craziest thing. Honestly, the only one in here that is crazy worth, in my opinion, is going to be the save slot upgrade, because do you get to have another completely different slot? And I think that's good. But if you can't, I mean, just use aughts, bro. Like, that's another 2 save slots that you get pretty much. But make sure you have everything purchased of 4 shekels before you even start doing this. Like, you can even purchase your first save slot for free with shekels instead of rebirthing. But if you're a new player, like I said, don't do it, bro. Please save your shekels. I don't think it's the craziest thing in the game at the moment. In the future, I think it might be a lot better, but who knows for now. With this, you are literally able to like complete every single one of the quests without them really fixing anything. So, I mean, it is always going to be possible to get bone blossoms and stuff that are worth a lot, and that's not really going to fix the economy too much. And if you're looking to get a lot of shekels because, you know, you don't have enough or whatever, all you literally have to do, bro, is pop 1 sprinkler method on any prismatic. And I'm talking about like the full sprinkler method with the Grandmaster and all that stuff. And I know a Grandmaster sprinkler isn't super easy to get, but I will show you ways you can get it super easily in a second. But you will do it on any seed that you can find. It can be a Romanesco, or it can actually even be the new cool new seed. I believe the new one is called the Aurora Vine seed. You can get it from the fairy seed. It's pretty good, I'm gonna be honest. Especially if you're trying to get shekels, I would say it's pretty good. Or even something like the Princess Thorn. I know this one is definitely not big in size, but I had one that was ginormous and it was worth a lot. And if you have a Bone Blossom, bro, just do it on the Bone Blossom. Anything that is the best seed in your inventory or garden. But like, for example, taking a look at this Romanesco, which, by the way, keep in mind, I did not grow it to be a big in size. If I click it, it's worth 32 million. It has literally only 3 mutations: gold, glimmering, and frozen. It's not going to be enough to fully get you to 1 trillion, but if you do it a few times, I'm sure it'll be enough. I just wish I had my actual garden so that way I could show you guys how much you can make with it. But it's very good. And if you need Grandmaster sprinklers, I highly recommend you participate in the admin restocks that the developers do. And that's me assuming that, you know, you'll be able to like keep your stuff when they do the next update and stuff. So hopefully, yes, hopefully they're not going to change the Ascension thing, because if it does get changed around to being more difficult, it could be a little bit problematic and it might not even be worth doing. On the other hand, all you can do if you're missing a certain type of sprinkler, literally click on it, and where it says no stock, just auto click this, bro. Eventually it's gonna come in stock and you're gonna buy it. Like a second ago while I was recording, there was a master sprinkler in stock, so I could have possibly missed it if I was not doing the auto clicking strat. And oh, it looks like the fairies event has begun. This is honestly a great time to get mutations because you're literally guaranteed to get glimmering. So easy to do. And look, the honey merchant is here. I did also forget to mention that, you know, honey sprinklers or any type of mutation sprinkler is good. Like, for example, this one gives the pollinated mutation, and right now I'm pretty sure that's not even a requirement, but in the near future, is if that does become a requirement, it's something good to have for sure. And if you're rich like that, bro, you could just straight up join a server and steal the seed that you're looking for. So what did we need? It was like a cloud touched elder strawberry. Watch, bro, I'm sure this guy has it in his garden somewhere. He looks stacked. Okay, I found his Elder Strawberry collection. Unfortunately, it's in the middle of all of this glimmerness, but maybe he has one. Like, I can't see anything because it's all glimmering. I'm sure he uses this in order to farm for the update, so we might not be able to get it off of this guy super easily. But hey, maybe this guy with the treehouse has it. But it literally looks like he has everything boarded up. I have to go through his entrance. Come on. Do you have something, bro? It looks like you might. Okay, never mind, bro. This dude's garden is trash. The best thing I found in here is giant pine cones and sugar apples. Never mind. But you get the point I'm making in this video. If you enjoyed this video, though, hurry up and click this video on the screen right here. Please, I went ahead and handpicked it for you, and it's a way better video than this one. So you definitely want to click it fast before this one ends. And until then, bye. Hurry, click it.